At the store I worked at before I transferred to my current store, I was part of a ghost hunting group started by my friend Beth. There is nothing funnier than a bunch of your customer service coworkers going with you on ghost tours, especially when one of them is a 6'3" tall guy who is the biggest chicken you have ever seen in your life. At one point, this boy hid behind me, and I'm 5'6", like I was gonna be able to do something for him. Our group has been on pretty much every local ghost tour that we can find. We have been on the Roswell Ghost Tour several times. We've done Decatur a couple of times. For a while, we had a tradition of the November 1st Dia de los Muertos Halloween ghost hunting and shenanigans. Sadly, one of our ghost buddies has moved to New York, and thus can no longer join us for the ghost hunting, and I have transferred stores, so I don't see Beth as much as I would like. The first couple of ghost tours we went on were fairly uneventful. I've been to the Roswell tour once previously with a group of friends before our work investigation squad started going, and another friend of mine actually led the tour at the time. Hi, other Beth. And everything was fairly uneventful until we got to the last stop of the evening. That stop was known as Creepy House. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess depending on your perspective, Creepy House burned down several years ago and is no longer part of the tour, although, and I'm not sure if you still can, you can still stop by the vacant lot. The whole story with Creepy House is an old man lived there with his wife and his granddaughter. The granddaughter suffered a lot of abuse at the hands of the grandfather and was often locked in the basement and tormented. The whole space has a really bad vibe. Once everybody had been deceased, they tried to sell the property. This property was unsellable. Anytime somebody would purchase it, they would immediately back out and give the keys to the real estate agent. It was so bad that the key for this house said haunted. Like, no business could survive in this house. First, it was a hair salon. Everybody was setting up. Everything seemed fine. The day before they were supposed to open, everybody was gone. The place was empty. It went through a couple other phases, and then a different lady purchased it to make it into an antique store. And so she's working one day, and she sees something move out of the corner of her eye. And she's like, all right, that's cool. I can live with that. The more time she spends there, the more things she notices. Things are moving, things aren't where she left them, she's hearing noises, she's hearing scratching. And then one day a porcelain doll got thrown at her head and she decided that was it. So as tour guide Beth is telling us all of these stories about how, like, even the property in front of Creepy House was totally unsellable, my friend Beth crept up onto the porch and started taking pictures. And I wish I could find this photo. I have searched every hard drive I've had. I have looked through countless emails and storage things. If I can find the picture, I will put it here. But as Beth was taking photos, she caught something in the glass doorway. Now, this was a tour group that was a couple of us, a couple of our coworkers, and then people that we didn't know. In this tour group, everybody was about the same age, mid-30s, early 20s, late 20s, and there was nobody who was wearing glasses or who fit the age of the man that Beth caught in this window. And it is the creepiest photograph that anybody I've known. Oh, actually, I should check the Ghost Tour website. I think she's admitted it. Editing me. Do that. And like, it was me, Beth, and another lady that we worked with on the porch. So it wasn't any of us. There was nobody behind us. The house has no floor, so there's nobody in the house. And yet this man is glaring at us through the window. Like I said, fortunately or unfortunately, Creepy House did burn down. I believe they said it was an electrical fire, although if it was arson, I don't really think that I would blame them. But that's kind of where everything starts. We went on these ghost tours for a number of years. I have a bunch of other stories, including the first time I spoke to a ghost using dowsing rods, how we befriended two spirits in a cemetery, and technically we still owe one of them sunflower bread, and how the spirit of Roswell's founder, Roswell King, absolutely hates my guts. So if you want to hear more ghost stories, leave me a comment. Tell me some of your own. I always love hearing other people's paranormal experiences. And don't worry, I'll give you another peek at that photo Beth took, including some zoomed in shots. Let me know what you think. Do you think she actually caught a ghost? Or if it's just that thing where the human brain is trained to see faces in obscure objects. If you liked this video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I hope you all have a happy Halloween. Go be spooky, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.